Hello, ladies and gents. Welcome to the channel of issues where I talk about them all. The good, the bad, the crazy, the insane, the ones we typically talk about each other, mostly behind each other's back, because that's what we do, because we have issues. All of us. How we deal with our issues, that is the difference. My name is Miss Charlotte. You can look at me as your favorite cousin, your big sister, homegirl around the corner, or maybe I'm just big auntie. Whatever works for you, it works for me. Please know that when you come to my platform, I keep it 100% raw, honest, and unfiltered because these are issues. We are not sweeping them under the rug. We are not just pushing them to the side. We are dealing with them the best way that we can. I am a firm believer that sharing is caring and that hindsight can be a bitch, but hindsight can also be a gift if you open yourself up to learning from other people's mistakes, their successes, and how they deal with experiences. That is the reason why I share personal experiences. I share experiences of friends and family and people I don't know, all in hopes to help your foresight. So I share hindsight to help your foresight. Okay? What I want to talk about is the biggest issue that is going on with Wendy Williams that I feel like we're sending the wrong message by ignoring it. I feel like the bigger issue is not being talked about. I feel like they're just glazing over it and pushing it a little bit to the side. And they just talk about it a little bit. And I want to say deep down, I feel it's because they feel these two women, Wendy and the Mistress, I believe that people feel they deserve what they're getting. To me, both of these women are losing because both of these women are in an abusive relationship. And I feel like the abuse is being kind of just looked over. Again, I feel like there's no empathy for these two women because, let's face it, Wendy Williams is known for dragging people, making fun of people's issues, and gossiping. You know, she has a drug problem, so therefore they're throwing judgments on her and they're not really feeling bad for her. They feel like she's getting what she deserves. With the Mistress, same thing. She decides to get with a married man who doesn't have his own money, who wants to use his wife money to, treat her. So nobody's feeling sorry for the Mistress either. But really, these two women are just the self-hate, the level is insane. They both are in love with an abuser, and both of these women decided to have a child with this abuser. So I really want to talk to our young men and our young women because I don't want them to get this message confused. Right now, too many are focused on how much money Wendy Williams got, how much money she's going to lose, how much money the man is spending on the Mistress, and how much, money he's spending on cars and clothes. All this material stuff is being talked about, but nobody's really focused on the man and the abuse. And what I want to do is focus on that because I don't want our young men and our young women to think that it's okay to be in an abusive relationship. It is not okay. I don't care who you are and what you've done. You do not deserve to be abused. And so what I want to do is I want to focus on two personal situations that I had to go through in hopes that I would give you some warning signs and some red flags that you yourself may either be getting ready to get into an abusive relationship, or maybe you are already in one and maybe this can help you to get out of it. So the first situation, I think I was about 18 or 19 and I was dating this guy, and every time we would argue, the arguments were so aggressive. They were very combative. That is a warning sign. It's okay to argue. It's okay to agree to disagree, but it is not okay to become so abusive that the argument feels combative, that the person is calling you names or calling you out of your name. If you're on the phone and they're yelling, "Oh, you get on my nerves, you make me sick, you're stupid, you're ignorant," okay? Or if you're in person and they're throwing things while they're yelling at you and they're calling you out of your name. Oh, you acting like a bitch, or you acting like a hoe, or you acting like a slut, or you so stupid, I can't stand you. And they're throwing things and they're kicking things and they're hitting things. That is a sign. That is a kind of aggression that is verbal right now, but it can definitely progress to physical abuse. And with this person, it did. I ignored the signs at first. I just was young and I just thought that's how arguments were. But that is not a typical or normal or healthy type of arguing. No one needs to be called out of their name. No one. So I ignored the sign. He comes over and now it's the test. Sometimes they will test you to see how far you will let them go. So he comes over and I open up the door. No words is said. He just takes his hands and he puts it in the middle of my chest and he just pushes me. And I'm like, what the? So I look at him and I realized the way he was looking at me, he was looking for a reaction. So my reaction was I pushed his ass back. So here I go pushing him. Here he comes again. He takes his hands, goes back into my chest, and this time even harder. And he pushes me real hard and I almost fall back. I get myself together. I look at him, and because we were the same height, toe to toe, eye to eye, I was like, I'm going for mine. So I came back and I pushed him again. So he just kind of looked at me, sized me up. And I think for him, the test was, let me see how far I can get with her. Let me see if she's going to be an easy victim. I think that's what the test was. And he saw that I really wasn't going to go out that easy. So remember, he started with very combative, very aggressive verbal abuse with the arguments. And then he went to the physical. Had I paid attention to that first red signal when he was being combative and, very aggressive in the arguments, I would have not even went through the whole testing, pushing back and forth situation. I should have left him alone then. Eventually, I left him alone. But listen, the first red flag is in your arguments. If they're calling you out of your name, if it feels very combative, if you feel intimidated just in arguments, leave them alone. It was the second situation. I want to say in my early 20s, maybe like 21, 22. And I was dating this guy and we got into an argument. And so he decides to come over. And, I was young, in the streets, hot thing, thinking I'm all this. I go out on the porch. I'm ready to pop off. Next thing you know, this man slaps me in the face. I'm like, I can't believe this man just slapped me in the face. And I was so Miss Hot Thing, thinking I'm all that my mindset was not that of a victim. So I didn't cry. I didn't even feel the pain. Even when the blood came out of my mouth, I was more like, blood? I was like, this scrub done hit me that hard that blood done came out of my mouth. So I was still too up in my own world, like, I can't, but does he know who I am? Oh my God. I was just all apart, all just conceited, just in this other state of mind that it didn't even really dawn on me that I really got hit. Meanwhile, he's down here hugging on me, crying, talking about he'll never do it again. He's so sorry. I'm busy like, this mug, this scrub, I can't believe this. I'm all like that. And I just say, listen, you got to go. Don't you ever come back around here again. I don't want to see you. Don't call me. I just dismissed him. Now, please know, because I do know this, that was a lucky situation. I was lucky as hell in that situation. And the reason why I say that is because he did not continue to hit me. Okay? Had he continued to hit me, I don't know. Would I have, fought back? Would I have fell victim and started crying and just got my butt whooped? I don't know. Of course, I would love to think that I would have fought back, but I really don't know. All I do know is that I was lucky that he only slapped me and he only did it once. So I say that to say, if they hit you one time, once is enough. Do not accept the apology, all of this drama that he was doing. He needs help, and he needs to go get that help on his own. You do not need to be with him while he's going to get help, because he could relapse and hit you, or he could relapse after he gets help. But when somebody hits you that first time, please know it is enough. Had I stayed with him, best believe he slapped me once, he would have slapped me again, he would have punched me, he would have kicked me, and the next thing you know, I'm in a full-blown abusive relationship. So again, I was lucky as hell that he only hit me once, that he did not continue to hit me. He was much bigger than me, heavier than me, taller than me. He could have done damage had he wanted to. Again, the warning signs: really combative, aggressive arguments. Get out. If they're hitting things and throwing things when they're talking to you, get out. If they test you with pushing you or hitting you or doing something just to kind of see how you're going to react, get out. If they hit you once, get out. You do not deserve to be in an abusive relationship. I don't care what you've done, who you think you are, you do not deserve it. If you do not have the courage, if you're more of a flight instead of fight, just know this: one time is enough. That's the main thing I wanted to get out today, because everybody is focused on this Wendy Williams with the money and the power and the material, and no one is really focusing on the fact that these two women are in love with an abuser. I am very happy that Wendy Williams is waking up and smelling the coffee, and she's going to get out of this. And what I pray is that she gets the help so that she don't get with another abuser. And my advice to this mistress is public knowledge that this man is an abuser. You need to get out while you can. That's my advice to her. If you understand what I'm talking about, give me the thumbs up. If you don't, give me the thumbs down. If you have red flags, if you have warning signs that you would like to share, please do. Leave it in the comment section and look at the description, because I'm going to leave some links to help. If you feel like you're in a relationship that's abusive, or you want some help to kind of just know more signs or red flags, click the links, get some help, and get out. Please, you are worthy. Please know that. Don't forget, subscribe to my channel. Follow me on social media at Miss Burley to you. And until the next issue, I'll see you later.